Hi, welcome to the Berkshire County Board of Realtors. My name is Sandy Carroll. I'm going to cover for you the second quarter Market Watch report for real estate sales in our region. So first of all, I'm going to be comparing January through June sales last year versus this year, and everything's looking, everything's coming up roses, as they say. The realtors have been talking about how busy they are, and boy, these numbers sure prove it. In residential sales, we see an increase countywide. Now, this is for the entire Berkshire County, from the Vermont border all the way down to the Connecticut border, an increase of 14%. This is just a phenomenal increase. We see Central Berkshire specifically is showing about 10% increase, and Southern Berkshire, for the first time, is really showing very healthy and solid gains. They're at a little over 17%. Northern Berkshire is just about level from last year. When we're talking about Williamstown and Adams, those areas are just about level as they were last year. So the other two are really driving this market increase. When we look at multifamily, we're seeing an increase of 34%. Now, this is where Northern Berkshire is actually coming to the forefront, because we've seen a huge surge in the multifamily sales in that region, whereas the sales in the central and southern part for multifamily have been either unchanged, or in Pittsfield's case, has seen a decrease in their multifamily sales units. The third one we look at is always condo sales. How are condos doing? Right now it's showing a countywide increase of 14%, which is phenomenal. We do see that South County is losing some momentum. South County is down about 18% in the number of units that we transacted. But central sales have actually brought those figures up for the countywide total of a 14% increase. Commercial sales, while we always love to see this increase, 47%, not all commercial sales are always run through our system, so this is nice to see that realtors are working with people who are interested in commercial properties, who are purchasing commercial buildings, and so this is a nice thing to note here. And then land sales showing a phenomenal increase of 190%. Now, before everybody gets too excited, in the interest of absolute due diligence, we will tell you land has taken a big hit in the last 4 or 5 years. Really, sales have almost come to a screeching halt. So the fact that we're starting to see this revive again is very exciting, although we still have a ways to go to get those land sales to be in a normal market, I guess, for Berkshire County. What we'd like to do at this point is really to show you all property types combined, a 10-year historical kind of curve. And it just gives you an idea of where we are. You can see that we're much better than last year. You can also see in really a simple way from 2004, when we were hitting all those high sale numbers, as we transition down to the 2009 low of only 411 property types transacted for the 6-month period, and up to the 611 transactions that we've had so far this year. So you can see we're definitely on the upswing, and we're in a positive way, and we still have room for growth, as you can also see. Now, when we look at our market, 80% is all driven by residential sales. This is where our economy is, and so this is what we'll focus in on to really determine how is our market doing. And we're going to look at 3 different market watch indicators in the residential field in order to help understand Berkshire County. First question, how are sales? How are the number that we actually transacted of residential properties from this year to last year, and how is it in the big picture? And you can see the direction is up. You can see that curve for residential sales is going in the right direction. It's strong, it's steady, and it's nothing outrageous, and it's nothing that's causing an artificial or disingenuous bump. The next is the median home prices. Now, this is kind of interesting, because median values right now, and that's the middle of the market, if we took a pin and said, what is the center of the market out of all the sales, where is the center? That's what this figure represents. And we can see a 4% increase, but it's only due to Northern Berkshire. Northern Berkshire showed such a strong gain in their sale prices, unlike Central and unlike Southern Berkshire. So countywide, we're showing a positive increase, but really, if you break it out, it's very minimal. So our medians are very consistent from where they were in previous years. Just to give you an idea, I do have a bit of a breakdown. Just because our county is set up the way it is, there is very significant difference in home prices from the top of the county down to the bottom. So to give you an understanding, in Northern Berkshire, which we consider the North Adams, Williamstown area, that median is running at, let's see, $140,000 right now. that is $140,000 the middle of the market. In central Berkshire, where we're talking about Pittsfield, Dalton, Lanesboro, that area is running at $149,750. So a little over, almost just about $150,000. And now in southern Berkshire, on the other hand, when we're talking about Great Barrington, Lenox, Stockbridge, that median price is $281,000. So you can see the differences of values in our entire area, just from one region to the next. Now, it's interesting to note that our state association has released reports where the median value for everything in Massachusetts is $315,000. So we're still very far below median home prices for the rest of the state, which is good. And then the third and final market indicator that we look at specifically on our numbers is how's our inventory? Do we have too many houses on the sale? Do we have too few? Because that obviously affects all of our sales and all of our sale prices from that. And we're down 8% over last year, with decreases pretty much evenly spaced throughout all the regions. That's not a bad number. You can see that we tracked it for 10 years, and we're looking at a fairly even level. We haven't seen a plummeting inventory like other parts of the Massachusetts sales regions have. And so for right now, inventory not as high as it was, but not as low as it could be either. And so it's not creating all of this pressure to bring median prices up. The lower the inventory goes, the higher demand gets pent up, and then the more people are willing to pay for the houses when they do come on the market. You will find that different markets obviously have more demand than others, but overall our inventory is looking okay. So other indicators we sometimes track just to kind of gauge where we're headed is the interest rates. 4.07 was the interest rates at the end of June. They are climbing up. I'm sure everybody has heard. Mortgage rates are inching up. And so that's something that we attribute to the new influx of buyers. You can see people who are jumping in a little bit faster. Once they see those rates going up, they're really trying to get it done because they kind of predict in the future it's only going up and not down. We've been down for so long with historically low rates that that will start to drive buyers to quickly try to capture some of these low interest rates. Unemployment running at 7.6% at the end of June. Again, that has a huge impact how many underemployed or unemployed workers there are. They're hoping to see a larger bump in job creation through 2013, and depending upon whether or not it's realized will also help us determine whether or not the market's going to continue on. And then the confidence levels, both the realtor and the consumer confidence levels. Right now we see a realtor confidence level nationwide of 71%, which is usually very closely correlated to consumer confidences. That's just how well you believe the market's going to do. And the realtors, being the ones in the field, have a really great handle on this, and that's why that is tracked as a national statistic. So finally, if you want the whole report, we have city and town details about every property type, as well as city and town details for price ranges and things like that. Go to berkshirerealtors.org or find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Thanks so much.